Welcome to a series of podcasts discussing series of films.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dave.
In a world inundated with prequels, sequels, spin-offs, and reboots, we ask the question,
Do we need one more? I think we do.
I think we don't. Dave,
What's up?
I have this feeling that this movie, when it meets someone in public, really wants to let them know that they love death metal. It really finds a way to like push that into the conversation.
Yeah.
Even though they're talking about like the weather, it's just always wanting to let you know that like it's fucked up and weird, you know what I mean?
This movie kind of comes with like a death metal jacket. Like,
Well, I should note Laurie Strode in
Yes.
this film, classic innocent character, very like
Yeah.
you know, likes her books, you know, kind of a thing.
yeah.
Wears a jacket with two skulls on that?
And,
You notice
and
that?
she's always mockingly and jokingly humping people, potentially.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm coming out pretty negative in the gate with this one, but I actually don't dislike this movie.
No, I don't either. What are we watching today?
We're watching, checks notes, Halloween 2007.
Oh, not Halloween? 78?
See, I was going to say we weren't watching Halloween 2018 because for some reason this series continues to want to reestablish. I mean, this one maybe more so because it's like a complete remake.
Yeah. We're waiting for the Halloween.
Oh, could you imagine if we got
I know.
the Halloween?
Or maybe like a Halloween.
This Halloween.
This Halloween.
Interesting.
This is Halloween.
Actually,
Actually, that's what this one should have been with Rob Zombie doing.
This
it.
is Halloween.
This is Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're watching Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yes.
We are
As we make our way through the endless series of reboots and,
Yes.
and remakes and,
we're covering all
and resets.
the first installments of like a new timeline essentially.
I know.
We started with Halloween 1978. Last week we did H2O Halloween 20 years later, whatever the fuck that movie's called.
Yeah, we're entering our fourth timeline
Yes.
of the series.
We are doing Halloween 2007. Next week we'll be jumping 11 years doing Halloween 2018.
Yep.
Laurie Strode will be back, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. Laurie Strode is in this movie. Not a lot. This movie
No,
is
she
not-
doesn't show up till the 54-minute mark, I believe.
So this is, I guess we should first ask, what is your relationship to Halloween 2007?
So I just kind of vaguely remember some of the trailers when this movie came out, because 2007 was like a big year of movies, and I think that was when I started to really start to like
pay attention
to like the industry and everything and how it operated and who was in what movies. Like I think this was like when I got access to the internet and I discovered IMDb and started like downloading everything into my brain. So,
Gotcha.
But this was my first watch. I enjoyed most of it. It's kind of a redundant movie, I think.
A little bit.
In the sense that it's like all the interesting changes are up front and then the back half is just Halloween.
Yes.
So yeah. But how about you? What's your relationship to
Kind
this
of
one?
similar. I honestly don't really have a connection with this one. This was one of those movies where I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get around to seeing this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a long time, I was like, not out of a lack of interest necessarily, but I was like, kind of like what I said last week with H2O, where I'm like, if I'm gonna watch Halloween, I'm just gonna watch the 1978 one. Like I'm just
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch that one, you know, as an annual tradition. So I was never really seeking it out. I was aware of it. I thought Malcolm McDowell as a new casting for Dr. Loomis was pretty cool.
He's got a lot more pathos than Pleasance.
Pleasance is just kind of like a
He's
man
like,
on a mission.
He's got like we have to kill like kind of thing, which I always think is really funny because he's like a psychiatrist. You think they wouldn't want to give up, but
no, he's pretty aware.
As
of
a doctor, he's like, oh yeah, this patient, lost cause. Get rid of
this one
them.
needs to die.
Which is what everyone wants their therapist to say.
100%. But
oh yeah, you fucked in the head, bro. Get out.
yeah, so like I did not have much.
I'm throwing in the towel.
Yeah, he's given up. I other than that, I don't really have any connection to this movie, and was not really aware of what it was trying to do. I said last week this is my first Rob Zombie movie. I am familiar with his
style,
aesthetic, tone, the things that he wants to do. I'm familiar with, despite having not experienced them in a movie or what have you. As a first foray, as my first taste of Rob Zombie, you know, a lot of there's a lot of new ideas that I am interested in. I think some parts of this movie are I'm being a little hyperbolic when I say this, borderline unwatchable.
Yeah.
There's certain bits of specifically dialogue.
Yeah, there's some dialogue that I'm like, well, I didn't need to hear that ever.
I was thinking about this yesterday in the car after having watched it, and I was kind of trying to think about my thoughts on it. I think this movie is, and I might be wrong. Rob Zombie fans, feel free to let me know and like comment. I'm very open to a conversation on this. Like, it feels like this movie is like trying to be satirical in its dialogue, but it is, I think, quite unsuccessful in being satirical.
I don't think there's. Yeah, I think if it is going for satire, it is failing.
Like, I think a lot of the conversations with Laurie and her friends
bizarre,
are quite bizarre and uncomfortable to listen to. I think that stuff is is kind of unsuccessful.
Yeah.
I think it does seem clear that Rob Zombie kind of wanted to some degree, make Myers more. He wanted to kind of make him a character.
Yeah, it's like he
offer his perspective in a way.
Yeah, it's like he wants to offer insight into how one becomes the monster. But it also is like, well, he was always kind of messed up, you know?
Yeah,
it's like,
it's that thing of like, you want to explore and explain the origins of this person. And you know, there is, I mean, we'll just jump right into this. Like, you know, when Michael is offering the photo to Laurie, you know, that it seems like that he loves Laurie, you know, and that it's kind of the one person that he won't kill, or that he's not initially trying to kill. That when you offer that photo, that moment of the two of them, that feels like a moment where you want the audience to almost feel sorry for Michael.
Yeah.
But in keeping the trappings of I almost feel like in order to do that, you would have to completely reinvent the character of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Because the character is incepted as someone that you cannot and should not relate to.
No, yeah. That's pretty succinct.
That's where
that is exactly what John Carpenter literally said. You should not be able to relate to Michael. So it's always interesting that every time they do another one, they're like, but like maybe you should relate to him.
Yeah, and I'm willing to offer this movie a little bit more grace because it's a flat out restart.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're retelling this story. Mm-hmm. We are adding a new perspective. But like you put, and how I felt as well, the movie is doing that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second we're introduced to Laurie, basically, we just start redoing Halloween.
Yeah, then it's just like it's almost 1-to-1.
It's kind of 1-to-1. It's just a little bit. There's a little bit more fucks, and there's
it's more vulgar.
Yes.
It's more violent. There's more nudity.
Much more nudity. I do think it is.
Yeah, it's almost like they're compensating. They're like, the kids weren't horny enough in H2O, so we gotta really like make them as horny as humanly possible. So it's like to the point of like almost like the script feels like it was for like a porn parody of Mike Myers.
This is where I was like, are we trying to do satire? Are we trying to mock this? But it does seem like Zombie has a lot of appreciation for the first Halloween, as many people do.
Yeah.
And it seems like there are things that he is respecting, and I think he is executing well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the sequences are pretty well executed.
Mhm.
It's a lot of shaky cam
A lot
that
of shaky
I could
cam.
kind of do without, but
It was the era.
it was exactly. This is when we were doing this, so
It's
I
very of its
understand
era, yeah.
exactly.
It's this is the trailer park Mike Myers
Yes, I
Halloween.
think Did you text? I think you texted that in the chat.
No, I don't think
Or did
I
someone
meant to
say
text
that?
it, but I think I said it when we were setting up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But Trailer Park Michael, yeah, the vibes are completely different, and I think that's really where the creativity of this one is. Not necessarily like in a better way, I guess, but
Yeah.
like in the sense of like, because we talked in our first episode about how the vibes are so perfect for Halloween.
Yes.
But like that one has a very specific Halloween vibe, and then this one is doing the like circus clown Halloween aesthetic. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just everything's like dirty and brown and like
I mean, we talked.
kind of like
I can't remember if we've said this on the episode, but we certainly said this off mic. Like, it just wants to be meaner.
it is. It's
It
a
is-
lot meaner.
It is crueler to
My,
its
my,
characters.
my
I'm
first
not
note
saying
is
that as-
Ronnie gross.
I literally my first note is Ronnie is way too much, and then my
Ronnie's a
second
lot.
note is Jesus Christ. Just in and of itself, that's my second note.
Yeah.
And that's like it feels
It's sexually aggressive in a way that is really off-putting.
it's incredibly sexually
To
aggressive.
the point where it's like it's hard to tell if it's satire or not. I think it is trying to be satirical, but I don't think it's successful.
no.
Like you said,
Yeah, the movie starts, and we don't have to plot for plot this because it is basically
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
retelling of Halloween. But like,
it's like 50 minutes of
It
him in
is-
the asylum, and then
yeah, we like Michael actually speaks,
yes, which
Which
is very bizarre.
does not happen
Yeah.
in the two movies that we have previously discussed.
How do you feel about Michael speaking? I know it's just as a kid that he has the dialogue, but what's
Again,
your thoughts on it?
I'm at war with it, where I'm like, look, if you're trying to unpack and explore this character, like, yes, you would want him to speak, but I do think it's that thing of like, he's just doing the things that Michael Myers would do, to the point where at one
Yeah.
point the kid is wearing the Michael Myers
Yeah.
mask.
Okay. Also, how did you feel about like it coming out in a flashback? Essentially,
Didn't like it.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's like, so what is that mask? Because it's like obviously we know meta. They modified a Captain Kirk mask from back in the day to be the Mike Myers mask, but in this one, it's like, what is that?
This is like, I don't
It's
even.
like we're gonna unpack the origins, but they really aren't.
Well, that's the
in a
thing of
way.
like, I don't even need to know the practical like production of that mask, but it is that thing where it's like I think the use of it is really clunky when the boyfriend is like, but wouldn't it be fun if we had sex while I was wearing a Halloween mask, and he just has the Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that it's that, I'm just like, it just feels kind of lazy.
Yeah.
Like, it just, I don't know. It feels like you're halfway to an idea. And I understand that with Michael, there is certainly an angle to discuss of like sexual repression, of Michael attacking people who have sex, all this other stuff. There is something there that you
Yeah.
could explore, but this movie, I don't think explores it in any way that I find interesting. Like, it's not offering anything
Yeah, it doesn't
that
really
I think is.
go anywhere with that technically.
So the mask,
It's
and
more
then,
like a ooh idea, but
yeah, and then the idea of like I could see that scene playing really well in like the boardroom while pitching it, but
Yeah.
like I don't think in its use that it's very like. Again, it's like you're like, okay, so the mask comes from his sister's boyfriend, who puts it on when he's trying to have sex with her.
Mhm.
He buries it in the house, presumably.
at some point, yeah.
It gets put under the floorboards of the
Yeah,
house.
I imagine he buries it at some point after he does the killings.
Yeah, and then he brings it back out
Yeah.
as like this like moment of like, score hits as he puts.
Yeah.
And I understand doing that
Yeah.
because
It's kind of Sweeney Todd.
I suppose, yeah.
At last, my arm is complete.
I'm just
Um,
like I don't click with it.
It doesn't work for me because I'm mostly just like, well, what is that? Like, I almost would prefer if you see Michael take like the Captain Kirk mask and making his own thing. Like,
Well, especially because he doesn't seem to be tied to that specific mask.
no, he just seems to need
It's-
to wear one.
He feels, and this is an idea that I I think is kind of an interesting idea to explore in this movie is the idea that Michael's like, I don't want to cover my face. I'm ugly. I want to hide myself. I want to hide
Yeah.
myself. I'm all this other stuff. That he's like making masks to cover his face is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But it is that thing of like, well, so it doesn't seem like it's specifically the Halloween mask that he's attached to.
There's no reason for him to be attached to this one specifically, and for
Why
some
doesn't
reason
he just
he
keep
is.
the one he already has?
Yeah, why not just start with the clown mask? That's when you started the killings. Like, I think it's also really funny that he's constantly taking the mask off before he kills people on that first night.
Yeah,
he like wears it for walking around, and then when he gets close to people, he's like,
it seemed like he wants
he's like, it's me, in case you couldn't figure out, it's Michael.
See, I couldn't uncover what the meaning was because I was trying to figure. I was like, is he doing that as I want to see them fully before I kill them?
Yeah.
Like, is that what it is? But the movie doesn't keep doing that.
No.
And it like, is it? This movie kind of plays with an idea that maybe Michael has like a dissociative idea, you know what I mean? Like that, like he, or not even dissociative identity.
The psychology of it's really muddy.
It is that again, the movie wants to. I mean, it spends 50 minutes of the movie with Michael as essentially your protagonist, and wants to explore it and wants to explore the connection between Loomis and Michael.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end up really going anywhere. It doesn't land in a way where I think the original movie, like, I feel like we reach the same emotional
I don't think we
end point.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I guess maybe I would say with Loomis, maybe you get a little bit more when he shoots Michael in the pool. That like there's a little bit more of a conflict in McDowell as he's firing that.
Because this Loomis is conflicted about hurting Michael. He doesn't want to. Like, he doesn't even like want to give up on him. He's very like, oh no, like I have to help him. He's gonna hurt people, but I need to protect him almost. And it's only when he's about to kill Laurie that he's like, I gotta like do
this.
Whereas like again, Donald Pleasance is very like, he should be wiped off the face of the earth. Like, I have looked into the jaws of evil, and there's no going back. Which I think is kind of funny that from a movie that's so much meaner, they took probably the most laser focused character in the last one and made him the sympathetic one.
Yeah, it seems like the movie is, like you said, like talking about him talking and being a kid and seeing all this stuff.
Yeah,
that like they want. That there is a bit of like, oh, like, is it like a nature versus nurture thing?
Yeah.
And it seems like the answer is maybe both. That like he was maybe, he's always had this kind of evil, but it is certainly exasperated by his external surroundings. Ronnie being maybe the grossest character ever put to film history. And his like childhood bullies. Shout out Junie Cortez.
I was gonna say Mr. Junie Cortez showed up to make him sad.
Daryl, is it Sabra? Is his name?
I think so. Yes. I have it here.
He plays Michael Myers, his childhood bully, and is the first person that Michael kills.
Yep. Sabra.
There's an A in there?
Yeah.
Daryl Sabara.
Yep. If you would like to.
That looks like Daryl Sabara. Yeah.
From John Carter.
Is he in John Carter of Mars?
Of Mars.
Interesting.
He plays Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Wow.
Nephew of John Carter.
Good stuff, guys.
Good stuff. Movie I wish was better.
That's fair. I've never seen it.
I think it's got potential for this show.
All right.
That's for another episode.
But yeah, I think that stuff where it's like, it just feels like the movie's not. Oh, I want to bring up a movie right now, but I really don't know if I can because
You've opened the door now, and you have to walk through it. Otherwise,
upset certain people on the internet.
I don't stress.
It
suspense.
reminds me of, drum roll, Joker.
Okay, I was gonna say this actually.
In the sense of the movie.
Doesn't this kind of feel more like Todd Phillips's Halloween?
It just feels like with the idea of like what would create
Zack
a person
Snyder's
like this.
Halloween almost like.
It feels like we're not really landing on like it doesn't seem like the movie doesn't want to even say it's all of it. It just seems like it's just saying things.
Well, it's that thing of like, it's got the same problem of H2O, where it's like it has all these big ideas that they want to explore, but they don't actually explore it.
Especially because once we hit the midpoint, it just becomes a remake of Halloween.
It just flips into a remake to the point where it's almost like you should probably get through this like early day stuff faster so we can actually learn our real protagonist. Like
It's also almost Wicked-esque.
it is. It's like a
It's
part
like
one, part two
we're
on this one.
seeing, well, it just in the sense of like, what if we took this movie and we saw it from the perspective of the villain,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, when the secret sauce of that is that you're not supposed to relate to him and then you're making him sort of relatable. It's like I see like the inclination of like, well, what turns someone into this thing, and it wants to do the like nurture thing, but it's like he's already doing fucked up shit before like the big like moment, you know? So it's like
yes,
it's sort of it's very, very again psychologically it's very muddied
yeah.
in terms of what it's going for.
There's that moment after he they're on the news broadcast after he's done what he does when he's a kid, and the guy who's the newscaster is talking about the scene and all the horrible images, and I quoted this in the movie that they say more horrific than anything Hollywood can imagine, to which I wrote, all right, movie, cool, good stuff.
Yeah.
That like
Really patting itself on the back.
the movie wants to be like, we're not like Hollywood, we're more visceral.
Yeah,
and
this
all
isn't your mom's Halloween.
Yeah,
Or
that-
your dad's.
that it's
Or
like
your uncle's.
but maybe you're psychiatrists. But like, yeah, that the movie is like, I feel like the movie is almost sometimes really preoccupied in how mean it is that like we lose track of a lot of the ideas that it's putting forward. And I'm okay with both of those things, despite it grossing me out, which is what I would say is its intention, and it is successful in that intention.
Yeah.
Like I'm losing a lot of the,
Yeah.
I feel like we're covering a lot of the ideas that you want to institute.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I think a lot of the scenes are well executed. I actually don't think this movie is poorly directed.
No, it's not. And the performances are pretty good for the most part.
For the most part, I don't love a lot of the, a lot of the stuff with like the girl, like Annie, and I think the idea is that the performances are heightened with a lot of the teenage characters, but again, it's like because the satire is unsuccessful, it doesn't really click.
Yeah,
for me.
everyone's just kind of okay. It's kind of
It's not a knock to anybody.
It's just like they're
in
kind
particular.
of cartoony in a point, but the rest of it's not heightened. Like it wants to be gritty and grounded and violent, but the performances are really wacky. So it's like
I like McDowell. I think McDowell's doing
good work.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not revolutionary. I think it's like pretty expected, but I do think it's successful. I'm not expecting like a complete reinvention of the wheel. It is what I anticipated Malcolm McDowell as Loomis to be, but I am content in that fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think the movie is like really interested in like being edgy.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with a movie being edgy, but I don't need you to tell me that you're edgy.
It's trying really hard to be.
I'm aware.
Very edgy. How do we feel about Mr. Tyler Mane taking up the mantle of Mike Myers?
I think he's good.
He's good. He's the
I think the
tallest
kid is
actor.
good too, actually.
The kid is, yeah. He's
The
actually,
kid has-
I don't know if you remember the movie Hancock, but he's the
I
little
do.
Swedish boy who calls him an asshole and gets knocked into the moon.
Is he really? Fuck.
Yeah.
I
that
think
was
that
him, yeah. This Dag Ferrick. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce his name. It's very, very Swedish looking.
Yeah, I can't give that a
potentially
go.
Dutch,
I don't
but-
know. But I do think his physicality is quite good.
Yeah, he's very good.
And I think Tyler Mane is similarly.
It is hilarious that it goes from like, oh, he's ugly and he's like a little boy, and then like they're like 15 years later and he's the biggest man in the universe.
It is a little
Clearly just been working out the entire 15 years.
It is one of those things
He's
where
eating all of the protein at the asylum.
like Michael
all of it.
Myers. Michael Myers in the original like is a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, to a degree, obviously, like 5 different people play him.
Still no
but,
coat.
Like Michael, still no coat. God
Still
damn
no
it.
coat.
Put him in a coat. Put him in a coat. Could you imagine some glasses
I know.
on
Some
those
glasses,
on that mask?
coat.
No, but I think
Just a big sheet.
I do think there's a little bit of me that like is like, okay, I get it. We're really making him like a monster. Like I like it,
Yeah.
and I think
But it's
Tyler
like-
Mane
yeah.
has like a good physicality for the most part, but it is also one of those where I'm like, I feel like we're leaning almost too much into it.
A
But
little
again,
bit. Well,
this
it's that
movie is
thing of
kind of
like
cranked to
it is
11.
this thing of like there's kind of two halves. There's like the first half where he's like kind of you kind of see why he maybe is going to start killing people, and then he's been abandoned and now he's gone nonverbal to just this like demonic presence almost, and it's like you kind of have to be one or the other. I don't think you can start the movie making him relatable to then make him this like unstoppable force.
It's the thing where it's like I
Like
don't even know if the movie is like wanting him to be relatable. Like, not that I'm taking down your point,
yeah.
because I kind of I don't understand.
Well, it's like
Is
it's like
my
the thing of
thing.
like I don't think they are either, but then why tell his origin story? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I think it's a function of like they want to see his origin story because it hasn't like
it seems
really been
inherently
explored.
enticing to try to do
Yeah, it's
that.
just like that's the space we haven't seen yet, and it's like you can give him an origin because this is the era of the origin story we're starting to do. Batman Begins kicks off like let's see them how they got started kind of thing,
Yeah.
and it's like they don't realize they've given themselves an oxymoron for their setup.
Yeah, well, it's like Michael is already, he's killing animals,
Yeah.
which they show, and he's lying about it. He's, my rat died, I had to flush him or
He's like, I
whatever.
don't know how to cook anymore.
They do, they set up the stuff that happens in that first Halloween movie where he eats that dog.
Yeah.
That he is just as cruel to animals as he is to
Yep.
people. And yeah, but I think as the movie continues on and we have these scenes with Loomis and with Danny Trejo,
Yep. Danny
makes an appearance in
Trejo,
this movie.
who actually I think gives a very good performance in this movie.
I agree. I think he's quite good.
Um,
I do think it's funny. The second he showed up and he said, "I have 3 months till retirement," I was like, right, he's gonna die.
I literally pointed at the screen and went, he's gonna die in the
Yes.
next 2 minutes.
And that's that thing where it's like, that is obviously a cliche. Everyone is aware of that cliche.
Yeah.
Like, this movie, obviously, I know is 18 years old, but that is not forever ago in the sense where that cliche was not. We were not aware of that as a trope.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I'm like, okay, are we leaning into the satire, pointing out the fact that, like,
Yeah.
that's such an obvious call out to someone who's about to die?
Yeah.
But I do think he gives a good performance. I think his death is quite good.
Death is quite good.
The water turning essentially black, like as he's drowning him and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
I think is quite good. Yeah, but I do think it is kind of like we just don't. I don't know. I am at war with this movie.
It's the thing of this movie's just it's okay. I think ultimately, I think it's very serviceable. It hits all the right notes in the way that I think the fans want them to. But I think is like a dissection of like an origin story. I don't think it's particularly successful. And to your point, like the satire completely falls flat. So it's like,
Yeah, I would be more interested in rewatching this movie as opposed to H2O.
yeah,
Only because I want to like understand it more. H2O, I walked away. I was like, right, totally get what was going on here. I don't think it was successful, but like I'm walking away pretty coherent on this. This one, I'm like, I feel like there's supposed to be more layers to this.
yeah,
Not that I think the movie is like brilliant. Like, I'm not trying to say that,
yeah.
but I just don't understand how I'm supposed to feel about Michael as a character.
Yeah.
Because we are making him a character now.
Yeah, well, it's like again, it's like it wants you to buy into the tragedy of the character that like they're sort of setting up this idea of like he's ignored and abandoned, and the only person that he could love or trust is Laurie. But at no point do they ever do anything with that. So it's like at the very end when they do the like home video footage of him with the baby sister, it's like they don't know each
when
other.
she screams or whatever.
Yeah,
and then it cuts
it's
the
like
footage.
yeah, it's just like they don't know each other.
Also, I do want to call this out, not about the narrative or the theme, but did your cut when you were watching it, did it keep fading to black like every 10 minutes?
No. Did you watch the? Because I think there's a director's cut for this movie. Did you watch that one?
How long was yours? Mine was 150.
Presumably,
Like, it's a change. It was like 152 or something.
152.
I watched it on AMC.
Okay, yeah, mine was I think an hour 49. I think I watched.
Yeah, mine was an hour 50. It kept
how did I watch
fading
this
to
last night?
black.
Did I watch it on Paramount? I don't remember.
I watched it, through AMC, which was the only way I just had it available. It was that or renting it was what I had.
Okay.
But it kept fading to black.
Then I probably rented it
every
then.
15 minutes.
Really?
There would be a sequence. It would literally fade to black, and it would fade back in like 2 seconds later.
I don't remember it fading at all when I watched this.
And I looked it up.
I think it only fades when the time skips happen. But
I tried to figure out why it was doing this. I looked it up. I looked at tried to look at some articles. I went on Reddit and tried to find what people were saying. And I did see a couple people that were like, hey, does anybody else's cut of Halloween 2007 fade to black at random moments?
Is it like a TV version? What is it?
That's what I thought, but it's not like the movie's edited for the movie is violent. It wasn't I thought the movie wasn't. We were seeing the throat cuts.
What happens when you meet a stranger
all
in
this
the
other
Alps?
stuff. Yeah, none of that. All the vulgarity is intact, but it just keeps fading to black, and I couldn't find anyone who's watching this or listening to this. If you know why it's doing this, please tell me. Reach out because I am so curious. Yeah, it felt like the movie was trying to I tried not to incorporate it into my review, I suppose, of the movie because I was like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to ignore this.
Yeah.
But other people have experienced this and other people haven't. So I was curious if you had the same experience.
No, I don't remember it fading a bunch.
It wasn't even in the same moment. If it was for TV where every
cut to a commercial.
It'd be every 20 minutes there's a break. It was not that consistent. It would do it and then it would be 20 minutes go by, it does it. 20 minutes go by, it does it. Then 2 minutes go by and it does it. Then 7 minutes it goes by, then another 20. And so it was never consistent in its break, and I don't understand where it's coming from. I saw the little fucking Google Gemini AI recap of that said that it was intentional to try to make the movie feel like a TV show. But
interesting.
I think that's just AI being shitty, and I don't know if that's actually the movie, or what Rob Zombie was trying to do. If that's the case, that is confusing. But I did feel the need to ask it because I have multiple notes of why is it doing this? But moving on from that, how do you feel about what is his name? Grizzly Jones?
Grizzly Jones. I forgot about Grizzly Jones.
How could you?
How could you?
I don't know if I like or hate this character.
Well, it's just the same thing with all the random choices. Everything's so mean and vulgar.
I just think the character. I'm just confused.
I know. Yeah. Nothing like a dude getting out of a big rig. And
I think the actor's doing a good job.
He's having fun.
He's having fun. But yeah, I was curious what your thoughts were on this guy.
I think he speaks for himself.
That's a good point. I do think it's funny when Michael is knocking and the guy's like, "Hey, listen, man, I had a lot of really, really bad
He's
food.
I rang the bell earlier.
I'm gonna be going to the bathroom for a second.
I'm gonna need a minute."
And then there's another knock, and he instantly goes to listen, if you want to fight, we can fight.
Oh, you want to fight?
It's also one of those things where we're taking more. This movie is longer than Halloween 1. Yeah. And it is okay, so we're adding more time to explain how he got the coveralls.
I know.
And I'm I don't really think I need that. No disrespect to that actor, but it is I suppose what it does is it offers more horror stuff. This movie is a lot more, I suppose, spread out in terms of horror sequences.
Yeah.
Not as a knock to the original Halloween, because I've already said how I really, really love the structure of that movie. But this one seems more modern. It's we have to have a kill every 20, 15 minutes or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, it's an interesting.
Follow the tropes a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's an interesting moment. Much of this movie.
This movie definitely leans into, especially with Tyler Mane's casting, Michael being a monster. I mean, when he's beating on Grizzly.
Yeah, no.
And the doors are bending, the stalls are bending and falling to the ground.
I just like that he was I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch, and then it's just boom, boom, boom,
instantly. Yeah,
used as a hammer.
Kind of fun.
It's fun.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, all that stuff. again, but then at this point, now that this has happened, we're just doing Halloween,
Yep.
but it's more
But this time
vulgar.
with Jimmy Olsen.
That's right. Okay. When they first showed Tommy,
Yeah.
it's in that wide shot, and he's like walking and talking,
Yeah.
and I was like, that sounds like Skylar Gisondo.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was trying to look at him to tell, because sometimes you'd be like, oh, this sounds like this guy, and then you see them on screen, you're like, okay, that's definitely not him.
Yeah.
So before I did any looking, I like online, I was just like trying, and I was like staring so intently, and yeah, man, fucking here he is.
All of his 7-year-old glory.
He's good in this.
He's really good. He's actually probably gives the best performance in the entire movie.
He might, honestly.
Did you like how he's dressed like the kid from Coco in the later parts?
Oh, the Halloween mask.
Yeah,
I do like that they give him a costume.
He's doing a Coco.
That like they all have little outfits or whatever. I think is fun.
Yeah.
Apparently
he's dressed like a character from House of a Thousand Corpses or something like that. But
okay.
Which I think is like funny.
Crazy thing for your parents to let that kid dress up.
I know. Yeah.
That's pretty much.
But they don't seem to care.
Some of the stuff I guess that we add is like we add fucking Laurie's parents, who are fine.
Yeah, they're not awful. They're
just nice people.
They're just nice people that die.
Again, those sequences I think are good. Again, I think that stuff is successful because it seems pretty clear in what it's trying to do. Of just, adding in more horror and more death and all this other stuff.
True. Yeah. How do we feel about the Scout Taylor Compton's portrayal of Laurie Strode in this one?
It's fine.
I don't love it. I find her quirkier and more pick me.
And
I think actually doesn't really work for the Laurie character at all.
I also think it's kind of in the writing where it's like I don't think they know what they want this character to be.
I know she's like I'm quirky.
Like she's like loud and vulgar like all of the rest of them, but then she's also like the quiet, non-confrontational, like I don't go out with boys still.
Yeah, she's like I don't go out with boys and stuff, but she's also like so ready to make the most vulgar joke with her friends and stuff. And
the
it's
moment
like
where Annie is like they have the repeat of the moment from the original where she's like I can't remember if they changed the name, but I don't think they did. Where she's like, I talked to Ben Tramer about you, and he said you're so fucking hot. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's freaking out, and they're like doing bits on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just one of those where I'm like, okay, so is she supposed to be like that, or is she not? It just seems inconsistent with what the character is supposed to be.
It's inconsistent with like the themes of like what the original and like the good versus evil kind of nature.
Like I don't understand. The movie makes references to her being like Laurie in the original. I'm fine with Laurie. Laurie doesn't have to be identical.
No, she doesn't.
If anything, the things that I like the most about this movie are when it's not doing Halloween.
I actually agree. It's actually where the movie's more interesting. Once it starts just doing the one-for-one stuff, it's kind of boring.
Yeah. Like I honestly think instituting the twist of them being siblings in the first movie is an interesting idea.
It is a very interesting idea,
yeah. But like, there's the whole, like, again, going back to the photo, that she's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Like, but then it gets dropped because obviously Michael can't speak. He can't actually tell her. But I do wish the movie found a way to tell her. Like she never learns that information.
That
we
is
don't
true.
get to understand.
That's something that only we get to know in this one.
Yeah, like we don't get to understand her side of it. And it's like maybe one of those things where you're like, oh, we save it for a sequel. I'm like, no, but you're reckoning with this now.
Yeah, which also in this one, right? So it's the sheriff, right, who's played by Stephen.
The sheriff is played by Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif, yes.
Yes.
Who is the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play movies.
That's right, he is.
He's also Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. A lot of fun like horror cameos. You got Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange and this guy. But so he saw the baby or found he got there after Myers' mom commits unalives herself.
Yes.
To put it mildly. And so he takes the baby and just drops it off at a random hospital in Haddonfield in this one. So this is a fun question. I asked this question in H2O because it still stands, because this is, I think, the question of every movie. How does Michael know to go here?
To go to Haddonfield?
Yeah. Because it's like I understand him going back to the house and stuff, but he seems to be going specifically for Laurie in this one.
Yeah.
But Loomis doesn't know what happened to his sister. Presumably, he has no way of knowing what happened to his sister. So,
well, because it's revealed as new information by Brad Dourif.
Yeah, it's
because he's like, oh, I
dropped it off, and then a buddy of mine adopted the kid. I found out. Presumably, he's the only person in the movie who knows that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. The movie doesn't seem, because in the first movie, in the original Halloween, right?
He just goes back to his house.
The assumption is he's going after Jamie Lee Curtis because she just walked up to his house.
He sees another babysitter, and whatever that part of him that likes killing babysitters is just like,
yes,
nice.
I can't remember too much of Halloween 2
Fisherman
to see
got
where
a
they
fish.
explore that in that one. But in this one, yeah, he goes back. Maybe he assumes his sister is still there, but like he does go back. He does the same thing he did in the original. He steals the headstone of Judith, right? Is the sister?
Yes. Question mark.
And is still doing the same thing. And when he sees Laurie, he does show the photo as I know that you're my sister.
Yeah. Presumably, but that's an insane.
Like, because I'm sure it's not where is my sister, because he drops the knife, doesn't he?
Yeah, he drops the knife almost like he's like, no, you're safe.
Yeah, you're not one I'm coming.
You're the
for.
only one I like, almost. But it's like there's no way for him to know that that's his sister. She certainly doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Loomis, this version of Loomis just finds out like as he's rolling up to the scene.
Yeah,
but he doesn't divulge any of that information. So it's like that movie kind of forgot that it created obstacles for itself.
Yeah, it's not explaining what it seems like it wants to discuss.
Exactly. Yeah, which is I'm all for the themes of family and stuff, but it's like they've added like this massive plot hole and they're not aware of it.
Yeah. I also think it's an interesting choice, or I don't know if it's an interesting. Maybe I'm being a little too broad in that phrase, but like Annie is not killed. They changed Annie's death, right? Before in the original it's the car. She's going in and out of the car. There's the laundry thing. She just does the same thing that is it Linda is the other friend is doing?
I think so, yeah.
She just brings a boy over to hook up with.
Yeah, and then she gets killed. Yeah, is she not killed in this one?
No, she stays alive. Because remember, there's multiple moments where it's like, oh my gosh, Annie, and she's sitting there, and then Brad Dourif comes in and he's like, oh my gosh, my daughter, and she's still seemingly alive.
Which one does Michael carry out in the nude?
That's Linda.
That's Linda. Okay, and
yeah, he does the sheet trick again
because Annie's the daughter of the sheriff, right?
Annie Brackett. Yeah.
Okay, that's fun. Okay. Fun fact: did you know Danielle Harris is Laurie Strode's daughter from the no longer canon 4 and 5 and 6 or whatever?
Who plays Annie?
Yeah, Annie in this one is the daughter from the 4 and 6 or whatever. Yeah,
that's kind of fun, I suppose.
Yeah, no. So she gets to play a different character in this. Yeah, she's Jamie Lloyd, Halloween 4.
I think the stuff with Linda, the sheet over the they play all the same beats of that scene.
Still a quirky guy, Michael. Still a quirky guy.
It is funny that they want to explain as to why he does it. That it's like, oh well, he was. The boyfriend, whatever, Bob, I think his name is gonna do it. So then Michael just does it anyway, and also brings the beer.
Yeah.
That scene's fine.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those where I'm like,
yeah. Apparently that was a reshoot.
They make the decision to go into the Myers house to have sex, right?
Yeah, interesting choice. Yeah, I was like, are they squatting there?
That they just like, I don't know, they think it's cool and edgy.
Yeah, I guess so. Danielle Harris was in Halloween 4 and 5.
Okay,
and yeah, she plays the daughter of that, so it's kind of fun that she gets to be in this one.
That is pretty fun.
She's also the voice of what was her name? Debbie Thornberry.
Oh, of the Wild
Thornberries.
Interesting.
Sister of Flea.
Oh, that's a kid's name, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. But yeah, again, this is one of those where I'm like, we're changing it into the Myers house to do what? Just because it's like,
couldn't tell you.
Dumb kids going in.
Yeah, I think it's just they want to have sex. They want to go somewhere. Again, this one's like, it's just like this movie's so much more like, it's like dirtier.
Yeah, and I think, again, Zombie is doing his thing. right?
Yeah.
He's doing.
It's like for his aesthetic and
This does not feel like
kind of
studio
stuff.
meddled
No, it
in
doesn't.
any way.
Actually, apparently he had a tough time making this movie. Like they really were.
Sure.
He had a lot
I
of
could see this
battles
movie
to
being
fight on,
an uphill battle.
and then it got even worse on the second one,
Okay.
which is historically very bad
Right.
by all accounts. Have not watched it.
Haven't watched it
based
either.
on those reviews. I probably won't, but
I might see it because I
never
heard
know.
someone say that it is less of a. Someone said it's more. There's less of a connection to the original Halloween 2.
Interesting.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Might have to watch it just so we can talk about it briefly next
just
time. But
curious, yeah. But yeah, this is again, it's like I'm not even trying to. I'm not singling this movie out. I want to be clear on that. Like this is just indicative of any remake where it is like,
yeah.
right, we're just hitting the stuff that we did in the last one. We're just retelling this story.
Do you think Disney was like, do that with everything we've ever done?
Probably. And it gave them a
How do you feel about a Rob Zombie Lion King?
I don't even know if my brain can comprehend what you just said. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So like, we do all the stuff that we did.
Yeah.
We add a little.
Plus some stuff from Halloween 2, original recipe. A little
Yes, we bake some of that in. There's the little addend. They kind of do almost like an alternate ending where we do the bit from the first movie.
Yeah.
Except it's in the car now. Was that the boogeyman? Yes, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
Michael crashes through the window, pulls them out. Presumably, although he does return in the sequel, it seems like maybe kills Loomis. Crushes his head.
Hits him with that old Game of Thrones.
Yes, absolutely gives him Red Viper, right?
Yeah, Red Viper. Pedro Pascal.
Yes. And
who will be Loomis in the no.
Dude, that'd actually be kind of sick.
I know. You hear the fandom groan though.
Yeah,
although that one's not bad. That one I kind of fuck with.
Kind of into the idea of Pedro Pascal being like, I've stared into the eyes of evil, and I think that's actually kind of fucking rad. Put that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
But
we could do these. We could do one.
They add this extra little fight between the two of them. How do you feel about that?
Between him and Loomis or
and Laurie after
Laurie,
when they end the movie,
yeah, they
like
have like a little
extra
fight at the end. It's fine. It's that thing of like they're because she's the protagonist, she has to like confront him, but it's like I don't know. It's just
it's whatever.
I don't really have an opinion on it. I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like.
It's not doing anything creatively satisfying enough for me to really even remember the fight. I just know it occurs. So
I did write in my notes. I don't find this poorly executed, just a little uninteresting.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of the sequences in this movie of like it's executed incredibly competently. It's just not very interesting.
It's kind of indicative of all remakes. I could take that sentence and slot it into I don't know, Beauty and the Beast live action.
It's
whatever.
This movie's very in conversation with those, which is it's like hilarious because it's on the horizon of all that about to happen.
I haven't seen the Gus Van Sant Psycho. I'm sure I'd feel similar where I'm like, Gus Van Sant, not a bad filmmaker.
Nope.
It just feels very uninteresting.
Yeah. Although to their credit, like when they asked him why he did it,
right.
and he's just like, you can't make that one better, so I didn't change anything.
Yeah.
By all accounts, it sounds like it was the one for me, one for you situation, and he just took the L on that one so that no one else would have to.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like with here, it's like you kind of have an opportunity to do something like pretty different, and they just don't. But it's also like I feel like they need
to.
I feel like it's like H2O kind of wanted to do something new and original, and they strayed from the formula again, and everyone was unhappy. So with this one. Because I know this one's well regarded, I think, amongst the fandom. For the most part.
I didn't dislike this movie.
No, yeah. So it's like that thing of like they're staying in the formula enough that it works, but yeah, again, it's just it's not super interesting at a certain point.
It's like I just don't. I think I am struggling to recognize how. I don't understand what you want the idea for the character of Michael Myers to be in this one, where you want the audience to stand with him, because obviously he is unlikable for very obvious, clear reasons.
Just a little bit.
But it's like again, I don't, if it's satire, I don't find it effective. I think if it's talking about the whole nature versus nurture thing, like Joker, I don't find it super effective.
Nope.
Um,
It plays just about as well in that movie.
but I do think it is relatively engaging as a movie, despite some really cringy dialogue and some performances
Yeah.
that I don't adore. It is one of those things where it's like I feel like I'm speaking negatively of this movie, but I do think I like it more than
I liked it more than
H2O.
H2O too, but I'm also like it's you said this. I think you said it in this episode, but you definitely said it last week. If I want to watch Halloween, I'm just gonna watch the original.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like
kind
that's
of
just
my
kind
thing
of the
with this.
problem I think with this franchise as a whole is that they've really never done better than the first one. So
It's a
like,
problem of every
even when
reboot.
even when people are excited about the franchise again, it's just because it's retreading over the same stuff that worked the first time. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I don't know.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's a movie.
I think a
You
lot
know?
again, I think a lot of the action and the kills and stuff are quite well done. I think the makeup is good. I think, all that stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the other costumes, they're fine. I don't really
Yeah.
have anything to say about the costumes. Again, the Laurie Strode wears this jacket with two skulls on the back.
Odd choice for her.
Don't
Doesn't really
understand
seem
why
in
she's
tune with
doing
her,
that.
but it just seems like something someone in a Rob Zombie movie would wear,
Yeah,
which I kind of appreciate. But
and the stuff that the movie changes from the original Halloween just seems like change for the sake of change.
yeah,
I'm not really noticing any layers of, maybe with the exception of them doing the bit of the end of the movie in the car that you assume because they get in the car that the movie's ending, but
Yeah.
also like you could do that same thing in the
Yeah.
house, because if you're recreating it identically to the original, people will be like, yeah, this is how the original ends.
yeah, it's
So
like
then
what's like they're trying to use it
that
to like
shock
fake
is
you
still
out
there.
again, but it's like with H2O, it's like they have these like misdirects, but they're not particularly subtle and they don't work. So it's just sort of
Yes.
like look at my watch kind of as the sequences are going by, but yeah, I mean I enjoy this movie for what it is. It's just yeah, I think I'd rather watch the first one again.
I just think it doesn't hit a lot of stuff home. It's longer than the original, and it certainly offers new things,
Yeah.
but I don't think it really, really, finishes the circle on that stuff.
Yeah.
Particularly because Laurie never finds out that Michael is her brother in this movie.
Nope.
And again,
Nope. Which again would be very interesting to find out and have them have some sort of reckoning or some sort of like maybe I can find his humanity at the last second and then but Loomis is convinced
guess-
it's too late. It's like they want to set up this like the tragedy of Mike Myers, but they never do the tragedy. So it
think
ends up just
maybe-
being a weird distraction.
well, okay, I have something that I could maybe argue in support of the idea that you said maybe they don't come through. Hypothetically, maybe they do offer that in because he's offering, maybe we're hovering over this. He offers the photo to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Just get away from me and leave me alone.
Yeah.
Because Michael has lost all of his humanity, because he has covered himself up, he has become this entity. He is not able to express any form of humanity other than a memory, a
Mhm.
photo of this. And
Yeah.
it is ultimately unsuccessful in allowing him to connect with his sister.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the tragedy. The moment of him showing the photo, but not being able to
But not being,
communicate
like,
as
accepted,
a human
yeah.
what it means.
Being essentially like abandoned again.
That it's
Yeah, that's a really interesting idea. It's just really muddied the way the movie ends up doing it.
like, if that is what the movie is doing,
Yeah.
I find that interesting.
It's
I quite like
it's
that.
certainly interesting.
Or maybe that's me trying to,
We could have a very good time with that.
again, maybe it's me trying to complete that circle and trying to work it out in my head. But that is a moment in the movie.
It
the
is,
movie
but
doesn't
it's
try to brush that off.
But it's also like on the heels of him like murdering her friend, splaying her out in front of a tombstone.
But I would say that is maybe in conversation with the point that I just made, of like he's done all these things, like he thinks if he can just show that they're family, you know what I mean?
She'll be cool with all that.
That she'll understand, but he can't even get close to allowing that to happen because he has
Yeah.
no more humanity.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that thing of like he pretty much once he starts.
I'm
doing
just trying
the-
to figure this out.
No, I know it's that thing of like the movie again. It's like it's sort of muddied. Is this like the fall of him to evil, and then like by the end of it, he's like like, is it a movie where it's like it's a kid who's like only like 60% and could be like brought back through Loomis, but then when his mom abandons him, he like is now hovering around 80, and then after 15 years, he's like sitting right there at like 95.
Yeah.
And then, there's 5% of him hanging on, and then when he shows her the photo and gets rejected, then he's full 100%. I have to, kill everyone. But it's just like, I don't know.
Feels like the
it's
mask
just the minute
coming up should be another beat.
It's there should be a beat of him like trying to like reach out and trying to like, because like if you're gonna show his origin story, it would be, I think, wise to play with his humanity in that way if you're gonna do it. But by the time they just do the time jump, it's just that he is
the Michael Myers.
He's just the Mike Myers we all know, this unrelatable force of evil that just kills. So it's like, what's the point of doing his origin if you're gonna just have him be that after the time skip?
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of like one last shot at redemption, or one more like reaching out for
last
humanity.
Bit of his humanity.
And then that like rejection just kills it, like that is super interesting. And I would love for that to have been the moment, but I don't think that's how it ends up playing out. So
no,
so if that's what he's going for, I don't think it's successful. And if it's not what he's going for, I am curious what the idea is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really quick want to go back to talk about the group of cops that are going to move him.
Yes.
To the next thing. How do we feel about that one guy who has just sideburns?
Cool. Into it.
Bald head, sideburns.
We'll be doing it for the next episode.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna just decide. Okay.
That's a lie. I'm not gonna do that. But I do. It is one of those things where I'm like, that's a crazy thing.
That is a crazy, like not even like
to rock,
like just beard, no, just sideburns and a mustache.
I just like weird,
fascinating.
It's like the guy we've talked about this on previous episodes. It's like the guy in the mask who's all bald except for the one long ponytail. Where I'm like,
iconic.
I'm into just like weird looks of people in movies.
I know. I also like how long Mike Myers' hair is in this one, and then he puts the mask on that has hair.
Yes.
And then I'm like, where did his long hair go? I wanted like a Mulan moment.
I know we talked about this last week. I think the mask in this one's certainly better than
it's a lot better.
H2O. I don't think it's as good as the first one, only because I think it is trying to be scarier.
Yeah, it's trying to be scarier. I think is the first one, the original one, like I think that the best mask. Probably
100%.
I would agree with that. I think 2018's is going to be the next best one because it's just it has the presence. It's definitely scarier, but it's not as like grimy as this one is.
I'm very excited to find out.
It's not trying as hard. Have you seen this one?
No,
the next one.
I've never seen the next one. I've only ever seen I mean now I've seen other ones, but I've before this show, I'd only seen Halloween 1 and Halloween 2.
I haven't. I shouldn't be surprised because you've told me this.
It's okay.
When we started this part of the series.
I'm happy to remind. Do we want to?
Yeah, this is probably a good time to switch into our score.
As we've said, if it's out of a possible 9 with the opportunity for a bonus point if it reaches that 9 out of 9 score.
Yep.
Each of us are allowed 3 points. 1 for quality of film, 1 for enjoyability of film, and then the final 1 for narrative runway.
Yeah.
If it gets above a 5, whether that's a 5.5 or above, it is we give it the green light, even though this movie's already had a sequel. This is us thinking, if you're in the theater, do you want one more?
Yeah.
And then anything beyond that is just additional bonus points for fun. Way to go movie.
Way to go movie.
So, do we want to give our individual scores like we did last week?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to start this time?
I can start this week. Last week I gave Halloween H2O 20 Years Later a 1 out of 3. I'm giving this one a 1.5 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I will give this about half a point for quality of film.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same level of quality, but considering we're just kind of going half for 1 point, I'm closer to giving it the half than the full 1. I think the movie offers some interesting ideas in its beginning, but then kind of drops it, like we've talked about, to just kind of do a remake of Halloween. I think in terms of enjoyability, I give this the full 1 point.
Yeah.
I think it's quite entertaining and successful despite moments that I find truly cringy and difficult to watch. I do think
which parts? No.
if anyone listening is not aware which parts are weird and gross,
was it when
and
the gross
uncomfortable,
man commented on the stepdaughter's ass?
That's certainly one of them. But I would say that the horror sequences are pretty effective. I think as a
Yeah.
horror movie, I think it's I don't think it's unsuccessful in some of that stuff. In terms of narrative runway, I do not offer it a point only because one, I think it's one of those like this does not win me enough for make me want to see this version of Laurie Strode again.
Yeah.
All this other to see these characters again in this way. And I think the movie offering the ideas of siblings and all that other stuff, despite there still being room to explore that in a sequel, because it's unsuccessful in exploring it in the first movie, I don't know if I'm interested in watching a second movie not completely explore. I don't want to I don't want to see the same thing happen in a sequel.
Yeah.
So I'm not really looking for a sequel.
What if I told you the actual sequel has a lower score?
Well, now we're talking.
No,
so that's kind of where I landed on my 1.5.
I gave it a 1.5 for basically the same reasons. I think 1 for enjoyability and then a half for quality. But I don't I think there's a little bit of narrative runway because they just sort of, I think, botch the the familiar bonds and stuff like that. And so you could explore that. You could do the fake out. She grazed him with the bullet because she was freaking out.
Yeah. We should say it is
We
kind of
don't say-
alluded
yeah.
that she kills
It's
him.
alluded that she kills him in this one, but you could very easily retcon that all of H2O. Hey, maybe he put someone in the costume too.
They have done, there have been harder turns into undoing than
there's
this
been
one.
more egregious ways to bring him back than
Yes.
just her missing the bullet, But I'm not particularly interested in more of this one for exactly what you said. I don't think this version of Laurie is strong enough to warrant more for her. So it's not particularly not super interested. I
Just
guess
not a lot to grab you.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to find more to say because I feel like we've come across pretty negative on this one, but it's solid. It's so it's I feel kind of bad only giving it the 1.5, but it's just not doing enough for me.
I mean, out of
ultimately
3, not a terrible percentage.
No.
But I will say as
C's get degrees.
that is a good point.
But what is our total score?
Our total score, including Dish's score, again, if it reaches above a 5, it gets a yes. If it's below, it's a no. We're so sorry, movie. Out of a possible 9, hypothetically 10 points, Halloween 2007 gets a 4. So
Ooh.
it is a lower score than last week, which got a
Yes.
4.5. I personally like this movie more.
I think it's better, but
I still stand the same way. I don't think I need a sequel to this.
I stand the same. I'm basically on the same thing. It's like you said. If I want a Halloween movie, I'm just gonna watch the original. So.
Yes, and so Dish obviously offers that extra point that bumps us in there. But yeah, I think we're all pretty of the same mindset with this guy. I don't think it's a unfair kind of for final thoughts for me. I don't think it's an unfair attempt.
No,
At a remake.
No, I think they have a good idea going into it. I just don't think they're as successful as they could be.
Yes,
They're
I would
leaving a
say
lot of there's a lot of beats, there's a lot of story they're leaving on the table with the direction they end up going, and it's just kind of a bummer, I guess, to me.
Fair enough. I'm with you. I'm with you. Next week we will be rebooted yet again.
Laurie Strode's back.
Laurie
A second
Strode
time.
is back, not dead, with a
For
new
now,
kid.
with a different kid
That's true.
and grandkids.
And David Gordon Green and Danny McBride will be, helping shepherd
Doing their
this new
first
version.
big horror attempt.
That's true. Will I talk about The Exorcist Believer next week?
Probably.
Probably.
Will come out.
What a movie that is.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
But I will say Halloween 2018 is a movie that I've always been curious to watch. I've just never gotten around to, so
Yep.
I'm very excited
We
to
will
talk
get
about
into
it.
I have seen it, and I have thoughts.
Nice. You've
Yes.
seen The Boogeyman?
I've seen the Boogeyman,
Nice.
and I don't think you can kill him.
No, hey,
As this franchise proves, you can't kill the
worst
Boogeyman.
comes to worst. If you do, you just reboot it again.
Yeah, you just hit the reset button.
Way to go, guys.
Way to
Round
go.
of applause.
You're the reason we're here doing this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, any final thoughts, or just throw it into the next week?
I'm ready to throw it into next week.
All right.
Let's see what David Gordon Green's got up his sleeve.
Next week, Halloween 2018. Laurie Strode's back
Pour one out for Grizzly.
again.
Thank you for listening to We Need One More.
Be sure to follow us on socials like TikTok and Instagram at WNOM Podcast to stay up to date on upcoming episodes.
And feel free to join our Discord community where you can share your thoughts on the movies we're watching together. That's going to be at WNOM Podcast server with a link in the bio.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the show and to let us know that you need one more.
We'll see you next week. This podcast is produced by Pilot 9 and 9 Ball Creative.